I've made a couple of videos on this channel describing how profitable certain areas are within Escape from Tarkov. My main ones have been the Kibber store. I made one when the Kibber store was relatively new, and then I made one recently about a week ago. In my most recent one, you guys were telling me to do one on the labs, and more specifically the labs arsenal room, so today that's what I'm gonna do. So just like the Kibber store, we're going to be using two keys to get into this room. We're going to be using the red keycard to get into the actual arsenal room itself, and then the arsenal storage room to get into the locked cabinet inside the room to get a bit of extra money. Now, the red keycard itself is insanely rare to find, but if you do want to go and find it, you find that on Shoreline in either West Wing room 218 on top of a water barrel, or in the basement inside a gym locker in Shoreline also, and then in East Wing of Shoreline, you can go into room 221 through the outside of room 218, and it will be on a table next to a laptop. If you don't want to find it though, and you want to purchase it on the flea market, it's 23 million rubles. Fucking expensive. The arsenal storage room key, however, it used to be the most expensive item in the game. Now it's dropped down to only 88,000 if you want to buy it on the flea market. If not, you can find it in the extension of customs up on top of the radio tower overlooking the gas station inside the metal shack on the chair right next to the medical box. So if you've bought both of these keys on the flea market and you spent 23,085,000 rubles on both of these keys, how quickly will you be making your money back? So in the first raid that I ever did, I was like, this is very profitable, I like it already. I got 751,917 rubles. I found a Repi scope, I found a few things like an M4 in one of the gun racks, a Repi scope on the wooden box, and then you open up inside the arsenal storage room and there's bitcoins, clocks, lions, etc, etc. It was a very profitable run, and I was really excited to get into the next one, and in the next one it dropped down to about 496,000. I was still very positive. I found a lot of nice high tier attachments and yet another bitcoin and a roller as well, and them two raids have made me over $1 million, and I was very excited, and I was like, look, I've not got many raids and I'd make 23 million rubles easy, no problem. However, I was so wrong, because on the third raid I made 571,000. Again, it was very good, but then the next few they really dipped down. They dipped down to 370k, 260k. In fact, it was taking me longer than I thought. I decided to make a spreadsheet of each run that I did, how much money I had before the raid and how much money I had after, to calculate how much profit I was making in rubles per run. And I'm going to link that in the description and also show it on screen, but it took me 51 raids to make 23,085,000 rubles, and each raid took about 11 minutes. Bear in mind, I did not run this alone. I was doing duos or trios throughout. I wanted some protection while I was looting the arsenal room. And looking through the spreadsheet, I was getting quite a lot of money. I was getting some raids where I'd get 800k. My highest profit run throughout was 897,686 rubles, and that was insane. However, my lowest profit run was just 168,579. And after the 51 raids of me crying and hours spent on this, I realized each raid that you go into labs, you need to spend at least 115k on an entrance keycard. So I also had to make up another 7,015,000 rubles to get back the price of my entrance keycards. So I did another 10 successful raids and then got that 7 million back. And remember, 115k is the minimum you spend, and if you spend 115k from Therapist getting these key cards, you've got to wait 3 hours for a reset. So the majority of the time I was going onto the flea market and spending 150, 160k on a key card, but I've just calculated it as an average of 115k, because not only did I get some really cheap bargains, but I was also spending a lot of time on this, so I had breaks in between, so I was getting a lot of 115k keycards. But bear in mind, if you were just doing this one after the other, you'll be spending a lot more than 115k per keycard, because otherwise you'll just be waiting 3 hours sitting there twiddling your thumbs. So 61 successful raids was how long it took me to make 30,600,257 rubles. This was averaging about 11 minutes each, and that was going from anywhere on the map, running to arsenal, making sure it was clear, taking precautions, and then activating an extract, usually the elevator that's underneath, and then getting out. But if you calculate that into minutes, 61 raids at roughly 11 minutes each is 671 minutes, which in hours is just over 11 hours. So I spent 11 hours in successful raids just earning my money back before this card became valuable to make me a profit. And I'm saying successful raids. Labs is a fuckfest of bugs and glitches and very likely to be hackers that are trying to get loads of good stuff to put on the websites that get them real money, and they're just assholes to the community, right? So that is successful raids. I worked out my average survival rate for doing these sorts of lab runs, bearing in mind I definitely was not on my own throughout any of this. So if you are doing this, take a few friends, fill up the lobby if you have to. But my survival rate was 64%. So all my raids, including the failed ones, I did 101 raids. And the 40 failed raids, I was actually losing money because I was getting a gear set because I wasn't going as a hatchling, because having semi-decent gear will allow you to survive a firefight if someone did come up to you. Them extra 40 raids of me dying to stuff like this.
I was shooting him in the head through the bar.
Oh my, yeah, what the fuck was that? I lag and die. I was just losing money. I was pissing money down the drain. So even though I did make my money back and I did start making a profit, it was a very stressful time period. I was spending all of my week and all of my weekends flat out running labs, and I wasn't focusing on leveling or finishing quests off or anything like that. I was solely focused on labs, and I was getting really frustrated when I was running into shit like lag and bugs and all this sort of stuff. Because if I give you my honest opinion now, if I was gonna choose this or get the Kibber keys for just 2 million and run the Kibber store, you're much more likely to survive the Kibber store and interchange even if killer shows up than you are in labs. If you are a lucky soul, however, that has found these keys just on the off chance of running shoreline and customs and you haven't spent any money on these keys, then I'd 100% recommend running it for a few days. Or if you're running labs anyway and you kill a few raiders, I recommend doing it a different way and not running straight to Arsenal. I'd go kill a few raiders, get their armor, get their high tier modified weapons, and then go and pick up any scraps from Arsenal, go open the Arsenal rooms, and then get some extra stuff that you can just throw in your gamma and keep them safe. Because just going to loot Arsenal room for the sake of me getting minimums of 160k and then maximums of 800k, I'd rather be running Kibber all day long. So to give a summary, to cut a long story short, if you are spending money on these keycards and you are running labs, you've got to put a lot of time and effort into it before it becomes a profitable experience for you. These rooms are no doubt profitable because I have been getting highs of 890k per raid, but it doesn't class as a profit until you are at least making your money back. Whereas in Kibber you are making your money back within 4 raids and then everything else after that is profit. With the labs Arsenal keys, you've got to at least spend, in my experience, 60 raids to make your money back, plus all the key cards you're spending to get in, before it becomes a profitable experience. Guys, I hope this video helped you out. I know it was a bit rambly, but honestly, it's a profitable room, but Kibber's just a lot better and a lot safer to run to. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're staying to the end, I just want to mention one thing, which I know has been going around the Tarkov community a lot, and that is Baddie. He is a great Tarkov streamer and a Black Site member, and he got rammed off of his bike, and him and a few friends, by some absolute fuck knuckle going 54 miles an hour. He had a really serious accident. He was been left with 2 broken hands, a fucked up leg, broken ribs, and a lot of road rash. This bloke is a great guy, and I honestly think this is just fucked up that people do this intentionally. I don't know what the reason was, but fucking this man, if he didn't wear a helmet, he would be dead. That is the short and long of it. And in the description of this video, there is a GoFundMe to help him get back to Twitch as soon as possible. There's a load of people donating, and it's going around the whole Tarkov community. I want to do my bit and tell you if you haven't heard about it already. This is a fucked up thing, and any support, I know I've already pledged mine, any support from any of you is greatly appreciated. Link is in the description to help get him back to where he belongs, and that is on Twitch. Thank you so much for watching till the end, everyone. Like I said, link in the description to support Baddie. I really appreciate your guys' support on my channel as well, and I know you'll support this cause just as much as everyone else has. You're amazing. I love you all. I'll see you very, very soon. Goodbye.